All right, today on Unpacked, we are going to be taking a look at this pouch. So this is not new. To be clear, this has been out for several years, but it's unique enough that I thought it was worth cutting open, talking about, and breaking down. So there's a big move by a number of brands to move into flexibles, and the argument around flexibles is people that are not anti-recycling, but maybe don't believe as much in recyclability, and they say, well, if it's not going to get recycled, it should at least use the least amount of material, and flexibles use less material than rigid plastics. And they're not wrong, and there's certainly arguments for both. But we're not going to get into that today. This move to refillable rigid structures that you use a refill pack, and that's what this is. You're saying buy our rigid bottle and then you use this refill to fill this thing up twice. Anyways, this move creates some inherent challenges with it, and that's kind of what Method was tackling when they worked up this pouch. If you've ever kind of picked up a juice box or a juice pouch or something like that, and you needed to put a little bit of pressure on to pick it up, and you wound up squeezing the juice all out. That's one of the first big challenges that they were trying to tackle with this pack, as well as most of flexible packages on shelf. They may not stand up straight. They look a little wonky, and so to conquer that, to solve those challenges, they wound up inserting a spine up the side of this thing into a separate pocket. We'll cut this open in a second and show you, but they have a little reclosable fitment here on this corner, and this is a typical, what we call a gusseted pouch. I believe a Doyen style, not that you cared. But let's cut this up and see what they did. And let's try not to make a mess, preferred. All right. Ta-da! It's a straw. It really is just a it's a pretty rigid, robust straw. And they've created this special pocket here on the side. They've cut this thing in a way that it's tapered, so it slides in easier. It has kind of a point to it. And all that's doing is giving you something a little more rigid to give it some structure and to hold on to it. Not going to dig in too much really about the sustainability of this pouch. This is not recyclable. This is disposable. But it's really about the innovation and how they've used simplistic things like a straw to create additional functionality and really a nice to hold, nice to use pouch. If there's something you've seen out there that looks kind of funky and you want us to check it out or cut it open, let us know in the comments below, and yeah, we'll see you next time on Unpacked.